Hello friends, welcome back to your channel. Today, we're going to talk about a very special book, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Dale Carnegie was once a traveling salesman. He was so skilled at interacting with people that students wanted to pay him just to learn how to speak in public like he did. That's when Dale realized that his communication skills were powerful and that they played a big part in his success in sales. Eventually, he opened something called the Dale Carnegie Institute, where people could learn how to speak better and connect with others. How to Win Friends and Influence People was his first self-help book. It was published back in 1936, and guess what? It became a huge success, selling over 15 million copies around the world. This book has lessons that everyone can learn from, no matter their age or job. The ideas in the book are very simple, but we often forget to use them in real life. In this summary, we'll explore the 4 main ideas Dale Carnegie shares in the book. Each of these ideas includes useful tips that can help us become better with people. Here are the 4 key concepts. Basic techniques for dealing with people. Ways to make people like you. How to win people to your way of thinking. How to change people without making them angry. But before we go deeper, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, now is the time. Hit the subscribe button and like this video so you don't miss anything important. The first part of the book is about how to deal with people in a smart and kind way. Dale Carnegie gives us 3 simple principles for this. These work with friends, family, co-workers, anyone. Number 1. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. Instead of pointing out people's mistakes, try to understand where they're coming from. Everyone has a reason for doing what they do. Being angry or rude doesn't help. But if you try to be calm and kind, things work out better for both sides. Number 2. Give honest and sincere appreciation. Everyone loves to be appreciated. But it has to be real, not fake. When you praise someone honestly, they remember it. It makes them feel good and builds trust. Even small compliments and kind words can go a long way. Number 3. Arouse in the other person an eager want. If you want someone to do something, don't force them. Help them want to do it on their own. Let them feel that the idea is theirs. Give them space to take responsibility. This makes people more excited to do the task, and they'll give it their best effort. We all want to feel important and respected. If you show care, give honest praise, and help people feel motivated, they'll naturally want to work with you, not against you. Let's move on to something we all want deep inside. We want people to like us. It feels good to be accepted, respected, and appreciated by others. Dale Carnegie gives us 6 simple principles to help others like you naturally. And they're easy to follow if you put your heart into them. Take a real interest in others. Don't just pretend, care. Ask them how they are, listen to what they say, and remember the small things. When you do this, people feel valued and noticed. A smile is a small thing, but it can do wonders. Your smile spreads warmth and positivity. It can brighten someone's day, even if they're having a hard time. Sometimes one genuine smile can speak more than 100 words. But if you walk around with a sad or angry face all the time, people will stay away from you. So, smile more. It's free, and it makes you approachable. To every person, their name is the sweetest sound in any language. It's part of their identity. That's why remembering someone's name and using it when you talk to them is so powerful. Whether you're speaking to a coffee shop worker or a company CEO, calling them by their name makes them feel respected and seen. Don't just sit quietly. Listen with attention. Let the other person talk. Nod. Ask questions about what they're saying and show that you care about their words. People love to talk about themselves and their problems. If you give them a chance, they'll appreciate you more for simply listening without interrupting. If you want someone to enjoy your company, talk about their interests. What do they enjoy? What hobbies do they love? When you talk about things that matter to them, they feel happy and understood. It's a simple way to build a connection. Everyone wants to feel important. If you can make someone feel valued without being fake, you will earn their respect and affection. Show them through your actions that you're willing to give time, energy, and kindness. Even the smallest act of attention can make someone feel special. Here's a great example. Once, the Prince of Wales had to travel to South America. Even though he already spoke English, he spent months learning Spanish, just so he could give a speech in their language and everyone could understand him. That small act showed deep respect and effort for others. So in short, be kind, listen, remember names, talk about their likes, smile, and make people feel important. These aren't tricks, they're habits that build real friendship. Now let's move on to the next big idea: how to win people to your way of thinking. This part of the book shares 12 important principles that can help you influence others peacefully and respectfully. The way people think is deeply personal. If you want to guide someone's thinking, the best thing you can do is help them come to conclusions on their own. Forcing your thoughts on someone rarely works. Instead, you need to encourage them to think for themselves and feel like the idea was theirs. The first thing to do is avoid arguments. Most of the time, arguments don't solve anything. They often make things worse. People walk away feeling like they won, or they just get tired of fighting and nothing changes. That's why it's better to stay calm and avoid getting into a fight in the first place. Another important thing is to show respect for other people's opinions. Everyone has the right to believe what they believe. So even if you disagree, never tell someone they're wrong directly. Whether it's your partner, a coworker, or a customer, the moment you say, "You're wrong," they'll feel attacked. Instead, speak kindly and gently share your point of view. You don't need to prove someone wrong to make your point clear. And if you realize that you're wrong, just say it. Admit it honestly and quickly. We all make mistakes, but when you're brave enough to accept your fault, people respect you even more. It shows maturity and honesty. If you try to defend yourself right away or hide your mistake, it doesn't help. But if you admit it, people trust you. And sometimes you even gain more than you expected. Always try to be friendly. When you meet someone or start a conversation, you have a choice. You can be warm and welcoming, or you can be cold and distant. And the truth is, people usually give back the same energy you give them. So, if you approach them with kindness, they're much more likely to listen, connect, and open up to you. A friendly tone can change someone's mood faster than any angry words ever could. Dale Carnegie also shares a very interesting idea. He calls it the yes game. It's a simple but powerful way to help someone agree with you. Ask questions where the other person will naturally say yes. Start with easy ones that are hard to disagree with. One yes leads to another, and slowly they begin to agree with the bigger ideas too. When someone says yes multiple times, it becomes easier for them to stay open and positive. Let the other person speak more. We all love to hear our voice, don't we? That's human nature. So give people the space to talk. Don't interrupt. Ask questions that help them express themselves. When you show real interest and listen with your heart, they'll start sharing everything with you, and they'll feel safe doing so. Let them feel like the idea is theirs. Don't always try to be the one with all the answers. Don't try to control the conversation or force your opinions. It's much wiser to gently suggest things and let the other person arrive at the conclusion themselves. When they feel like it was their idea, they'll support it more, and the bond between you will grow stronger. One of the most powerful things you can do is try to see the world from someone else's point of view. Everyone sees life through their own experiences, feelings, and problems. If you want to truly connect with people, try to understand how they feel, even if you don't agree with them. When someone shares their struggles or tells you they're upset, the kindest response is not to argue or judge, but to say, "I understand. If I were in your shoes, I might feel the same way." Just by saying this, you help them feel less alone. Always be sympathetic to other people's feelings, ideas, and desires. Everyone wants to be heard, and they want to know that someone out there understands them. If you can be that person, they will always remember you. Sympathy is not weakness, it's strength. It means your heart is open and kind. Appealing to people's better nature also works wonders. When you expect the best in someone, it often brings out the best in them. Believe that people are honest, trustworthy, and good at heart. When you treat them that way, even those who might not act well will try to rise to your expectations. No one likes to be treated like a criminal. Even a person who made a mistake will respond better if you treat them with respect and believe in their goodness. Sometimes, To make your point stronger, you need to dramatize your ideas. Don't just say it with feeling. Add energy to your words. Use stories, examples, or emotions that help people remember what you're saying. People don't always listen to facts, but they do listen to feelings. And when you want to motivate someone, give them a challenge. Invite them to rise higher. People love to prove themselves when they feel trusted and inspired. A little challenge makes them feel stronger and capable. Now let's talk about something very important: how to guide someone's behavior without hurting their feelings or making them angry. The goal is not to control people, it's to lead them with care. One smart way to do this is by asking questions instead of giving orders. For example, instead of saying, "Do this now," you can ask, "What do you think is the best way to handle this?" This gives the other person dignity and a sense of control. It also opens space for teamwork and better communication. Always give people a chance to save face. If someone makes a mistake, don't embarrass them in front of others. Allow them to correct it privately and respectfully. That way, they keep their self-respect and feel safe with you. Even the smallest improvement deserves praise. If someone does even a little better, notice it. Say something kind. Encouragement is like water to a plant. It helps people grow. And whenever possible, give people a good reputation to live up to. For example, if you tell someone, "You've always been so dependable," they'll try harder to live up to that image. Words can shape how people see themselves. When you give feedback, always begin with sincere praise. Start by noticing the good. This builds confidence. It makes the person feel proud of themselves and more open to hearing what you have to say. But be careful not to ruin it by quickly following praise with the word "but." For example, "You did a great job, but..." This makes people forget all the good you just said. Instead, let your appreciation stand on its own before bringing up any issues. If you must point out a mistake, be gentle and indirect. Talk with kindness. Don't make someone feel small. Be patient. Let the conversation grow slowly and with care. If you rush to criticize, you'll lose their trust. But if you lead with honesty and love, they'll want to improve. Also, never forget to admit your own mistakes. We're all human. We've all failed. We've all made poor choices. When you admit your faults first, it makes the other person feel safe. They'll see that it's okay not to be perfect, and they'll be more open to change. Instead of blaming, you show that you're also learning, just like them. And finally, remember this: asking is better than ordering. It's easy to act like a boss, telling people what to do, how to do it, and when to do it. But real leaders ask questions. They guide with respect, not power. They invite, they inspire, and they listen. That's how real influence is built. Sometimes, instead of directly telling someone how to fix a problem at work, it's better to gently explain the situation and ask them what they think is the best way forward. This gives them a sense of responsibility. They feel trusted. When people feel involved, they think harder, come up with fresh ideas, and become more willing to give their best. They don't feel forced. They feel empowered. Never take away someone's dignity. Let them save face. No one likes being embarrassed or insulted, even if they made a big mistake. Hurting someone's pride doesn't make them better. It only makes them feel small. No matter how wrong they are, it's never okay to damage their self-respect. What you think of them is not as important as what they think of themselves. If they lose faith in themselves, they lose the will to improve. That's why, no matter what, protect their self-worth. Always try to praise, even the small improvements. A kind word can do magic. When someone feels good about themselves, they naturally want to do better. Recognizing even little steps forward can build a person's confidence more than you realize. It's not just about pointing out mistakes. It's about showing them the good they're capable of. If you truly want to help someone grow, don't criticize them in anger. Inspire them. When you encourage someone, you help them see their hidden potential. Everyone has some goodness, some talent, deep inside. And sometimes, all it takes is one word of praise to bring it out. On the other hand, when you constantly blame someone, you break them down. You damage their confidence, and they may stop trying altogether. But if you lift someone, they'll not only feel better, they'll do better. Help people build a good reputation. Speak well of them. Treat them like they are capable, honest, and valuable. If you believe in someone, they'll try harder to live up to that belief. You can be the example they look up to. When you carry yourself with kindness, dignity, and respect, others will want to follow your path. They'll want to earn a name and respect, just like you. And when someone messes up, don't react harshly. If you call them foolish or shame them, it kills their desire to improve. Instead, make it easy for them to fix their mistake. Show them a way forward. Be the hand that helps, not the finger that blames. When people feel supported, they'll do everything they can to make things right. In the end, if you want someone to do something, make them feel good about doing it. Let them feel happy, inspired, and motivated. When people are excited and positive, they put their heart into the task, and they do it well, sometimes even better than expected. A little encouragement goes a long way. So friends, if you want to truly influence people, you must start by understanding them. Try to see life through their eyes. Always be honest and kind. Be a great listener. Stay away from arguments. They usually hurt more than they help. People will have opinions different from yours, and that's okay. Learn to accept that. And when you're wrong, admit it with grace. If you want others to do something, don't shout orders. Ask questions. Let them feel involved. Let them feel respected. Never embarrass anyone, and never hurt their pride. Thank you so much, friends. We hope you found this video helpful. If you follow these simple methods from Dale Carnegie's book, you can truly win friends and influence people in your life. These lessons work, not just in theory, but in real, everyday situations. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please take a moment to do that now. Like this video and leave a comment to tell us what you learned. Your support gives us the motivation to keep creating content that helps you grow. Lastly, if you feel this video can help someone in your family or your friend circle, share it. Be the reason someone else learned something life-changing today. We'll see you very soon in another powerful video. Until then, take care of yourself, and thank you from the bottom of our hearts.